I am your host, Carrie Scollon, giving us different perspectives on where we are and where we want to go on our journey. Thanks for being here, and I look forward to spending some time with you. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the FoundHer series. I am your host, Carrie Scollon. I've got another incredible guest on today, which I am so excited to share with you. I have Treena Innes. She is a life fun expert. She lives her life like it could be her last. I think that's kind of your mantra. I'm going to go over to Treena very quickly because you don't know if it is going to be your last day. So she brings fun. She brings the lively into your livelihood. And I just think she is a fresh light in this world that can really help us get out of our comfort zones and learn how to play again, which I think so many of us have kind of forgotten. So Treena, thank you so much for being here. Oh, I should have said that you're also an author and a consultant and a speaker, and your book, Mind Doodles, is right here. I love it. We're going to talk about that too. So thank you. Welcome. And let's dive in. You've got so much goodness to share.
Great. Well, thank you, Carrie. And it's been an honor to meet you. I love how our worlds have connected in fun and spirit. And as we keep connecting, I am so looking forward to this journey of helping people have more fun in their life. So thank you. Thank you for this honor. So I help women over 40 live a more vibrant, fun, and playful life. So how do I do that? I help women discover how they can live livelier. I help them look in their life. I would say, let's uncover, let's look at under the rocks. Like, where is your liveliness living, and where perhaps you're not looking, that I can help you look for that. And liveliness can be small, it can be large, it can be medium, is whatever up to that person. I also help them remove the roadblocks, because that's another challenge. You may identify what gets you lively, but there are things that can get in your way, like time, prioritizing, money, people. So I help you understand what you could do to remove those roadblocks. And then I work with you on actioning that forward. So I'm really, really excited to work with women to move the fun higher as a priority in their life. So yay!
I love that. And I want to add that sometimes when I was first talking to you, I was like, I can't believe how many of us actually need help with this. We really do. When we kind of admit it, I kind of forgotten how to do that and to just let loose. And that was one of my words. I think it was last year. It was to bring more fun and enjoyment in. So I love this. So tell me, how do you do that?
Okay. So how I do that is that I work with women one-on-one, and I have multiple packages, sessions that I work with women online, or can be in person if we're physically located, which I love. Prefer in person. I love in person. Yep. I've got workshops that I offer called Come Get Your Lively, and it's a series of different lively hosts that can help generate some of your spirit and your passion. I've got the book called Mind Doodles, which I know we'll circle back to that. Yep. And also I have a community that I'm building of lively conversation that you can join my socials, my email. And, every single day there is something lively that happens that I share and have other people share as well, so that we can learn from each other.
Yes. And so much of from what I've read in the book is, well, you talk about the C word, which is communication, but there's so much. that was a good one. I
tricked ya.
Yeah, you sure did. I was like, I don't like the C word.
Not many people do.
But I like it. I like this one though. I really like, you talk about the communication and just connection. I love all the conversations that you're having, that you talk about in the book. And it brings us together. I mean, men and women. I know we deal more with women, but in the book, even the conversation you had about the sex talk.
Right. Yes.
So
yes.
It's just so important to me that we are having these conversations, because people don't feel alone when they realize that other people are going through the same thing. So
absolutely.
It's just, and they're funny. I mean, they're funny.
Yeah.
Those conversations. I learn a lot.
And you can also like actually be a participant and get a lot of entertainment out of these lively conversations.
Absolutely.
I always say, this is a good Seinfeld episode, or this is a good Office episode, or this is a good Friends episode.
Exactly. Oh, I love that. So that was another piece of the book that I loved. And I mean, there's so many. I'm just going to read a couple of the chapter titles, like Embrace Your Weird, Eyeball Roll into Legacy was hilarious. I could totally relate to that one with the kids. Party Like a Rock Star. I mean, just these are things that I think what I loved so much was when I met you, you could tell that you embody all of this. And so when I was reading the book, I felt like it was a real account of your life. And like you said, the title of the book is This Is What I Know. So this is who you are. This is who I am.
That's right.
This is what I know. And I loved that part because there was so many parts of it that was very relatable.
Good.
And a lot of parts that just made me think, right? Like
good. Aha. And the hums and the what the. Yes.
Yeah. So I think
and in fact, that Party Like a Rock Star chapter, which I know you already picked out as one of your little favorite gems, that was one of the inspirations of going further into spreading this fun and vibrancy learning and teachings out to the world. Was a woman that I know bought the book, and she was reading Party Like a Rock Star, and she said, I love this book, and she says, but I'm stuck on that chapter. And I said, well, why are you stuck on that chapter? And she says, because reading it, I realized for the last 10 years, I stopped celebrating and partying like a rock star and enjoying those moments or pausing to do some wow or honoring. And so for her, it really was that pause to go, wow, I reflect, and I don't want to stop, and I don't know why I stopped, but I want to get it going again. So that she was actually one of that chapter hit her hard as well. It's
true. It really it makes you just stop for a second and go, whoa, check in, right? Like I want more of that.
Yes. And exactly for women, we often will crave and we don't know what we're craving for, but we're craving for something and we try and find it or discover it. Or sometimes we just like put it in the back of our mind and wake up again and still be craving for it. And I've met so many women that are craving for more fun in their life, but just don't know how to take the action to move forward.
Yeah. Well, and you know what stops a lot of women is that, what are people going to say if I'm out there and I remember a comment that somebody had made to my mom, actually. She's very happy. She's always got a smile on her face. She's beautiful. Yeah. Love her to pieces. And somebody had commented something about that she must be drunk to act that way. And it was like, so there's that feeling of being judged, right? When you're just out there having fun. There was no alcohol involved in that. She woke up like that in the morning. But I mean, just a small example, right? Of that's what holds people back sometimes. It's like they don't want to be judged. And when you can let go of that, which I'm a huge advocate for, not worrying about what other people are thinking of you. I think that might get in the way of people just letting their guard down and having some fun. You'll have to read the chapter called Natural High to your mom. Okay. And that is exactly what happened to me. So I was turning 49 and on my bucket list was to go to this beautiful resort called Rosario Resort on Orcas Island in the United States. And I drove, it was a 6-hour drive with 5 of my girlfriends. And they started, of course, having a few cocktails on the ferry. And of course, I'm staying sober because I'm driving, but I'm so excited. Yeah. And so we pull into the parking lot and I put my friends put a little tiara on my head and because I'm the birthday girl. And we go running into the little pub at this posh, beautiful resort. So excited to be doing this dream. And I was not served because they said they saw me walk into this resort and they all claimed me as being already intoxicated. And you were sober.
I just got here. I've been driving for 6 hours. And I'm like, I need to speak to your manager. And the manager comes, and they were a hard no. But they said by me actually challenging them, made them even think I was more intoxicated or higher than I was. And I was sober.
No way.
So me and your mom have something in common.
There you go. And so was that it? Like that was it for the night? They never allowed
Well, good thing we stopped and got a big bottle of vodka. So we went to our patio and drank the night away. But
still there.
That definitely was that was a good aha moment of just like you're saying about, high on life, and people can misjudge that. And also for me, it was more of a reflection of people just can't be happy anymore without thinking you're high or drunk. Like, how is that possible?
Exactly.
How is that possible? Yeah.
Yes.
So
exactly.
Natural Highs, you'll have to read that chapter.
Okay.
It's a fun one.
I like that one. Okay. So
I'd love to also, can I cover off the why? I'd love to just go into the science side of things. I've been doing a lot of research lately. There's a fellow named Dr. Mike Rucker. He's a PhD, and he wrote this book called The Life Fun Habit. And it's all the science behind why we should have more fun in our lives. And I've been speaking with him and stealing little tidbits from him. So from science, fun reduces stress. Mm-hmm. So studies show that spontaneous laughter has a stress buffering effect. That's huge.
Yes.
Finding more fun in physical activity balances your hormone levels. So that is really awesome for the women out there. Yep. Fun can make you more energetic and youthful because stress is draining. It sucks the life out of us. It makes us tired. It makes us cranky. So when we effectively reduce our stress, this provides us the boost of vitality. So I love that one. Yes. Having fun improves your relationships, both at work and life. Research shows that when we have fun with others, these experiences have a positive effect on building trust, developing communication, the C word, and having fun gives us an opportunity to connect and be creative and say we are alike. We share value. So there's a whole list of them, but those are really my top one. Yeah. Oh, one more. Belly laughing. This is a good one for us. Belly laughing boosts energy consumption and our heart rate by 10 to 20%. Laughing isn't just good for the soul, but can help you burn calories.
Oh, like that. Okay. There's going to be a lot of people that like that one too. That's amazing. And it's just, I mean, when you're reading those things, it's like, this is common sense.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right? Like it's,
yes.
But it's nice to have the science that backs it up because we think,
yes.
When you put them both together, it's like, no, this is really, really good for me. Like,
yes. When I found the book, actually, it's been a bestseller and it's out into the world in a large quantity. I actually connected with Mike and I said, I'm living your book. Like you've got the science behind my life. And so we've had some very interesting conversations over the last couple months.
Okay. So now I've got to ask you. So
yes,
tell me, like, how did this all start? Like where, like,
yeah. So it was a bucket list. By the time I turned 50 was to write a book. I started writing it when I was 40 and I've been a writer all my life and very interested in journalism. And so I took a refresher course on writing a fiction novel and some creativity. So I started digging into my novel. I already had a vision. It was called Behind Closed Doors. And it was going to be a juicy, juicy novel about what you see on the outside is not actually what's happening back behind the door of the house. Yep. And so I think I had about 15 to 20 characters that were all interrelated with each other, all crossing each other's paths. Yep. And year 1 went by, year 2 went by, year 3 went by. I was really getting very bored of the characters and myself writing. And so what I learned for myself was I don't have a long game. And that's just in my life. I'm a sprinter. I'm not a marathon runner. I like to hike this way, not this way. Like I love to get places fast. Yeah. So I scrapped writing fiction and I thought, well, I'm just going to write about what I know.
Yeah.
And so that's where Mind Doodles transformed into. So it's written vignette style, very short snippets of different topics of different chapters. And it's just on pieces of life that I know. And how I pulled this book together was if I was at a dinner party or I was out somewhere with a group of people or even strangers I didn't know, I'd bring a topic up and I'd throw it on the table and I'd be like, well, what do you think of that? What do you think of that? So I'd start to try and not just be my knowledge, but gather other people's knowledge. So I'd have these mini focus groups, which is super fun because of course there might be wine, cheese involved in them and sometimes some good hardcore coffee. So it just was a lot of fun writing it. And after my friends and my family told me how brilliant this book was, the real test was really going out to the world, to strangers. So I flipped it on Amazon, and then I started getting people asking me after they read it, how do you live this way? And I'm like, well, live what way? And live with vibrance and all this fun, and you're playing all the time, and you're getting through some tough stuff. And I want more vibrancy and I want more fun in my life. So that's what got me thinking of maybe this is what I'm supposed to do. Maybe I'm supposed to help people have more fun in their life. So that's where this whole Mind Doodles concept and getting more fun out to the world has come from, because people want it. They want to know how to do it.
Yes, they do. And we, like I said, we need help with that. So, okay. So now tell us. Now, there's got to be something that we can leave the audience with how to maybe incorporate some of this stuff. We can start today. We can
absolutely
start with how many people have a bucket list.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So living lively means, like I said earlier, it means different things to different people, and figuring that out is, really your first step. Like what amps you up? What I would say, like what puts a fire in your belly? And for me, I know when I could feel my juices flowing, like when something gets me excited, I can feel my body percolating. I feel it tingling. My body really does tell me, okay, this is good. This is exciting. This is fun. There's something, ahead of me that is really going to be exciting. So that the first step really is identifying what makes you lively. Okay. And also know that what makes you lively changes. So what might be lively for you today, in 2 years from now, might be something different. So for example, I've identified for myself 8 livelies. So my number one lively is all things passionate heart. So I'm a giver.
Yes.
I know, we're fellow givers. That makes me like, you want the shirt off my back? You like the scarf? It is yours. What do you need? You love my pasta? I'm going to make it for you tomorrow night. So all things really with heart gets me lively. Number 2, I'm a big advocate of mentorship. So I love being a mentee and I love being a mentor. I'm a big sister of the Big Sisters program for, I think we're going on 25 years now of my little sister in my life. It's a beautiful program. So I really like mentorship. To me, really does get me lively. Playing, number 3, playing gets me lively. I love to play. I love to play outside. I love to play with my friends. I love to play with little kids. I just love anything play that gets me amped up. Number 4, what gets me lively is trying anything new. So I love to absorb, learn, fail, try again, try something else. Like trying and learning is really does get me jazzed up. Number 5 is meeting the world. Like I love to meet people. Like I love it. Like I love, there's a stranger, me, hello, connection, learn about a life. Recently I was at an airport in San Francisco and I met a gentleman who's 99 years old, and he's still out there playing his golf game. Like, what?
Love it.
Crazy. Number 6, dancing in dresses. I don't know why I paired those two, but I do wear a lot of dresses without dancing. But I love dancing and I love dresses. That gets me jazzed. I have a lot of dresses. Number 7, my tribe around the table. I just to me have like a long table with all the people I love around it, eating and laughing just makes me absolutely lively. And number 8, lively conversations. So conversations like this where we can share and connect and feel each other's spirit, even though I know it's online through Zoom, but lively conversations also. I love a good, deep, lively conversation.
Me too.
Okay. So tell me what gets you lively. Give me your top 3 livelies.
I would say definitely the the heart-centered coming, giving and receiving. So one of the things that lights me up is listening to people's stories. Everybody has one. Some people think that theirs isn't, worth sharing. It is. Mm-hmm. Every single person's story is worth listening to. So I love that. That just brings me a lot of joy. Even if it's a sad story, you can have both, right?
Yes.
Because I feel like it's a real honor to listen to people's stories. So that fills me up. I love traveling. I think my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. I love that holiday with my family around the table, same sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
There's no gifts. It's just about being there and being grateful. And that's always been my favorite holiday. Terrible cook, but people still come. So that's good.
It's not about the cooking.
No, nobody comes to my house for my food. I can guarantee you that. It's funny because I always have people offer to bring stuff. I'm like,
Yeah, I'll make the turkey and the stuffing and the potatoes.
I had one Thanksgiving dinner that I think we ate at 10:30 because my oven shut off. So when I went to pull it out, I think my mom actually walked in and went, "Here, I can't smell anything." I'm like, I checked a cold oven. That's nice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
because you were probably busy chit-chatting and enjoying everybody's company.
I was. Everybody ate pumpkin pie. We just had dessert. Like a big deal. So I love that. I love connecting. I love providing spaces for women to connect. And I said traveling.
Yeah.
Family, connecting with people, stories. And I'd say those are the things that get me, and deep conversations. Like I don't want surface level. I want to dive in. I want to get to the root as soon as I can. And play is something that I have been looking to incorporate more. Not something that was a priority for me, but I realized that I'm missing it.
Yes. Yeah. And if you are a mom, to the people that are listening, when we have children, you're forced to stop and play. So you have that play in your life, and it is fulfilling and rewarding. And when your kids grow up, and then you realize that you are missing the simple act of play.
Yeah. Absolutely. So definitely.
And and it's hard to get back. Like in Mike Rucker's book, it talks a lot about that, where as adults we're trained, misled to believe that playing is silly and it's a waste of time and it's juvenile and you're childish. So there's a lot of brain flipping that we have to do to start embracing play versus saying, I can't do that because that's so childish and immature. So that's a big part. Of that science behind play. So good. So you've identified yourself, your livelies. And so how do you know what gets you lively? Like, what does that feel like to you? How do you know? So I talk for myself. It's in my body. Like I feel the tingling. I feel the excitement. My instinct kicks in.
I would say it's definitely in my body too. Sometimes it's funny because when you were just describing that in your body, sometimes it's a feeling I've trained myself because I'll get anxious. I'll feel anxious.
Okay.
And then I'm like, no, I'm just excited. Like,
okay.
So it's an excitement.
Okay. So it's separating.
Yeah. Because sometimes I'm like, I'm a little bit nervous to do that. And then it's like, no, I'm just excited to do that. So I feel it definitely in my stomach where I'll go to do speak to a bunch of women, and it's that initial 5 minutes where I'm like, ugh. Oh my gosh. And then once I get in, I'm like, whoa. Yeah.
I'm so high, natural high.
Yeah. So I feel that coming, the uncertainty, the little bit out of my comfort zone. And then once I get in, I'm like, this is what fills me up. This feels good. Then you get
nice.
But for me, at the first few things, like for anything that I am unsure of or I'm learning, it's that little bit of hesitant. But I recognize that now. It's like, okay, do it. Yeah. Like just do it.
Flip it. Yeah. And remember
the
good feeling. Yeah. Yeah. Remember the feelings before and carry it forward.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. So I feel that in my body for sure.
Excellent. Okay. Well, let's dive into the secret sauce. So I have 3 guiding principles. So after you identify what your livelies are, I share for me, my 3 guiding principles are: number 1, why not? So that is for me, I spend so much more space in why not than why. And I know for a lot of women, why is the number 1 space they sit in. So they overanalyze, they'll rethink it, they'll talk through it, they'll question it, all the reasons why they shouldn't do it. And by that time, sometimes the opportunities like come and gone, have flown out the window. So spending space in why not versus why is really important to have fun in your life. Why not? Why not me?
Great.
Why not me?
Yes, that is so good. So good. Okay. Love that.
Okay. So that's number 1. Number 2 is daily fire in your belly pulse checks. So this is really evaluating, you call it evaluation, you call it reflection, is looking at the things that you've touched in your day. And again, identifying your liveliness, whether it's your body telling you or your brain or however you're feeling, really identify what you touched today, what got you lively. Because if it didn't get you lively, you should be cutting that out of your life or finding a way around that. Or the things that got you lively, okay, I need to do more of that. So for myself, I daily reflect on things I touch. My time is valuable. It's precious. Back to, this may be my last day on earth. I better make it a freaking good one and be having some fun. Yes. So it's really important to really do your pulse checks every day and really reflect on. And that's how you're going to learn, right? If you sit and reflect and go through your day, how you're going to learn to move that forward. So that's number 2. And number 3, become a bucket and fun list addict. So addict in a good way. So a bucket list is a list that really it's to fill before you kick the bucket. Right. And it is really tracking the things that you want to achieve in your life and throw in a bunch of fun in there as well. Because sometimes a bucket list can be more of a serious versus a fun, but track the things that you want to do and that's a way to keep yourself accountable. So you can have your list however you want to track it. You can cross things off that you've achieved. You can put timelines to it. You can reprioritize it. My bucket list is so long, I will not be able to get everything done by the time I die.
Amazing.
I won't.
Amazing.
I keep adding to it. I keep adding. And so I have to prioritize it all the time.
That's what I heard is you take something off your bucket list, make sure you add something else.
Well, once you start rolling, it'll be full. Yeah. And then there's also a science behind tracking perhaps fun things that you want to do in your life, writing it down. There's a science behind it. If it's written down, you have a more chance that you actually will fulfill it. So there is a bit of a science by writing things down, keeping yourself accountable.
I've heard that one too. So,
yeah. So the 3, so spend more time in why not. Number 2, do your pulse checks of what brought a fire in your belly or didn't give you that fire in your belly in the day. And then your bucket and fun list.
That's okay.
Made that sound easy, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's so true because we go through life without even realizing what's making us happy and what's not, right? So many, and myself included. That's why I can say that is the autopilot thing where we're just not even really
surviving. Yeah.
It was. It's like that we're existing. And I think that's where I got to the point where it was like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. Like I feel like my day just goes by and then I get up and I do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, there's got to be more than this.
Yeah, there's
more. And there is more.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. And you just need to find what it is for you. Yeah. And creating yourself a plan and getting, help, right? Because again, rinse, repeat, but sometimes you'll need that, partner, your side-by-side partner to help you move that forward for yourself.
Absolutely. So you've got your website, which has probably a lot of these prompts on there, does it?
Yes. Yeah. So if you go onto my website, www.minddoodles.ca, if you sign up for your email, then I'll send you a bucket list template. So that is helpful. So if you're a person that needs to have it organized, definitely flip it in there. And I would love to share that with you. And then also on all my socials, I've been talking a lot about bucket lists because I'm doing one of my bucket lists right now. I'm traveling and living like a local in three different countries. And this has been on my bucket list for quite a few years. And I'm working remotely and living like a local, hiking every day and going to the farm shops for my fish and my vegetables and just all the things that you can picture that you're doing. And it's awesome. I'm also around a lot of people these days, bucket lists, filling their bucket list. So right now I'm in Scotland and if you're a golfer, it's a big thing to be part of the old course in St. Andrews. And there are people standing on this iconic bridge. And I was a photographer one day for about 30 people just snapping. This is my bucket list. Snap. This is my bucket list. Snap. And I was like, I cannot believe this is your bucket list. And I was witnessing and helping them capture the moment. And then I recently was walking in a small village. I don't know if there's any Outlander fans in your audience. Oh, okay. So this is a little village called Falkland, and Outlander did a lot of filming in that little village. It's just quaint medieval type village. And there was a couple that bought a pub there, and they're Canadian. And I said, I want to introduce myself. And we just listened to some live music, the Proclaimers, and the bar was singing, and it was a beautiful moment. And I said, I'm Treena. I'm from Canada. And she told me her story. Her and her husband were on holidays here, and they were walking by this pub in Falkland, and they started to dream that they would sell out. They were from Toronto and sell their big 5-bedroom home and their car. She was a nurse, collapse their careers and come here and own a pub in Scotland in this beautiful little tiny village. So they did that. So they were fulfilling their bucket list. So bucket list is really around. So it's, and it's September, people, it's fall reset, and let's start knocking off the bucket list. So let's hear one of your bucket lists. Tell me a bucket list that you recently did.
Well, that is one of them. And my buckets are the same. The Outlander. Oh, love to go and do that. So that's on our list. Italy, Mediterranean, Santorini, Greece. That's on our list. So lots of travel on
the travel. Yeah.
And then recently, I just am checking one off. I've always wanted to go to the Scotties this is curling.
Okay.
Scotties Tournament of Hearts or the Briar. The men are the women. And they're the Scotties is actually in Calgary this year. So I just got my my application back that I'm volunteering for the week. So I get to do lunch, and volunteering is another big thing that I find a lot
gets you lively.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I got to check something off my bucket list. And the other one I think is just funny because it's my husband and I both is while we're living in Calgary, we want to take 2-step lessons. So,
I could see you in a fabulous swinging dress. I don't know what your husband's like, but I'm sure someone's going to swing you around.
He's game. He's game. So but I love this because we've always kind of had a little bit, but to me, it's like, no, let's get a little bit more serious about what is on there. Let's check some of these things off. I love what that message that sends to our girls, like, get those lists going, dream. You're like, my thing is there's no limits. And we got to get curious and dream and expand our visions. Like nothing's off limits. So just write it down. You never know,
write it down.
About writing it down. It's like, it's kind of like a little connection you're making even more so when you write it down.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be big. Like I recently met a woman who her legacy, she wants to meet 1 million people by the time she dies.
Incredible.
And she's, I think, in her 30s right now, and she's tracking meeting all these people. Yeah. So what a great bucket list.
Exactly. Like how fun is that?
Yeah. Super fun. Yeah.
I love some of your travel stories that were on here website as well, and that you volunteer in some of the places that you go. Like that's another
100%
of mine is to go to another country and volunteer. Yeah.
Yeah. It's, it's that's really a way to get to know the world. Yeah. It's, staying out of the tourism and really going to a village. Like recently we were in the Amazon in Colombia early this year, and we went to the villages in the Amazon and spent time with the children and brought them supplies because of course it's hard to even get like pencils. So we were able to bring supplies, and the biggest thing on their list was soccer balls. So we brought a bunch of soccer balls, and even down to they need the pin and the pump because they don't have that. They live off the land, and just to just really understand the culture and be able to be in that village with all those beautiful families. It's that is lively. That is lively.
And that's your lively, right?
That's my meeting the world is my lively.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And I like that you also said that it doesn't need to be a big, massive trip. It could be as simple as turning on some music in your living room and having a dance party by yourself. Or
absolutely.
Friend over and saying,
yes.
I'm going to move. Let's,
yes.
put on ABBA and let's go kind of thing. Right?
Yes. Right now, my husband and I are spending a lot of time, because we bought a car over here. And so we're getting through the country by car. So sometimes we're in the car for 12 hours straight. So we've been doing car karaoke. And my husband is not a car karaoke person, but he seems to be getting into it. And we're doing it in the countries that we're, so let's find all the top, Scottish top 40 hits or all the top, Wales sing. Like Tom Jones is from Wales. Who knew? So we're learning all about the country music and do some car karaoke and even putting it on TikTok. So we're just having a lot of fun. And that got me lively. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's incorporating more fun, I think is well, like you said, it's good for our health. I mean, yes, there's a lot of really. I like
to look 10 years younger. Thank you very much.
Sure, I'll do that too. That's great. Well, Treena, I have absolutely loved our conversation. I hope that everybody picks up a copy of your book, Mind Doodle.
Thank you. And I hope, and you just go on Amazon or flip on my website. There's a link to Amazon from there. And
your website is
www.minddoodles.ca. And the book really also is intended to throw in the middle of the table. Like you're out with your friends having a dinner, throw it in the middle of the table, flip to a chapter.
Yes.
And talk about embracing weird or talk about natural highs. And, even before COVID, I was really noticing that people, even my own social circle was being disconnected. Everybody's on their phones during dinner, and I'm like, hey, I get an hour with you a month. Let's, connect. And so this is a way to bring people together in conversation. And even at your Thanksgiving table, it'll be fun to throw that in with the kids.
Well, I'm bringing this to the retreat that I'm hosting at the end of September. So this will definitely be on the coffee table in the living room. And I'll just get people to grab a topic and let's see where it goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just need to start, right?
Yes.
You just need to start one simple little thing. Just get started, because that's what we're here for. And I love that that's your mantra, right? Like life is short. We don't know if this could be our last day. We don't know that. So make the most of it.
Yes, absolutely.
So I love that. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm pretty sure you're going to be back again. And I'm also even more sure that we're going to be doing something together. So,
something fun. Something fun.
Wait for that. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Treena, for being here
Carrie.
And we will see you guys on the next episode. Bye for now. Remember, you are more than enough as is. See you later.